Hey, Sunday night soul timers. I hope that you're doing well. We have been doing a lot of incredible work together this year so far. At least I think so. That's what I've been hearing from you all. Starting with intentions and really setting the vision of honoring what your heart wants for you, and then going through a bit of a dismantling process, right? Because to birth the new, within our lives, within ourselves, we gotta make room. We gotta look at what no longer serves. And so that's why we spent the last month really working and looking at the identities, the masks, the personas, the ways of being that we've been carrying for too long that have become heavy. Now, they once served us, right? But the version that they have might not necessarily serve us now. So you've been really working hard to just let go of some of that heavy dead weight in your life in terms of how you're holding yourself, carrying yourself, holding your energy in the world. Because when it comes to manifestation, it's really about frequency match. So are you at the level of energy, at the level of vibration that is ready to receive that incredible intention or manifestation that your heart is seeking to bring in? That's what we're doing. That's what we're looking at. Okay. And last week, we really went through a process of forgiveness. Right. So what happens a lot, you just start to look at this stuff, maybe old ways of being or doing, and then you can start to judge yourself, which is not helpful to the process. So really looking at how you forgive yourself, right? And just looking in general at forgiveness as a tool to embodiment. Right. So if you haven't watched that Sunday Night Soul Time, you might want to go back and take a look at that, because now we're stepping into reimagining. And I even dare say, remembering the truth of who we really are, right? You attract who you are. So your heart is like wanting these things, but they're not coming in because they're not a match for who you currently are. So one of the greatest manifestation tools is to be that thing you want to manifest, in terms of, again, how you're holding and carrying your energy within the world. So stepping into May, we are going to focus on this. It's something we're also going to be looking at within the Women's Purpose community, this reimagination or remembrance of self. And where I want to start tonight, and what I want to invite you to consider, is who were you? Who were you as a kid? And I mean like a young kid. Let's say, toddler to kindergarten, maybe first or second grade, but that kind of an era. And you might not remember, so you might have to go ask your family, but during that time frame, we are most connected to our soul. And then what happens is the ego mind really takes shape, the sense of self, the sense of identity, and we start putting the masks and the layers on, right? And I'm not talking about personality, right? When I say masks and identities, because we all have, nature versus nurture. In all of my moms out there, you see this. Like, you are born with an inherent personality that is reflective of your soul life. Not talking about that. I'm talking about the things you identify with as you that become heavy in the work that we've been doing over the last month. So now what I want you to do is a remembrance or reimagining of who you are, and connecting to that light, to that excitement, to that joy. So to do this, I want you to just spend 5 minutes and really just close your eyes and go backwards and just ask yourself, like, who am I? Who was I when I first came into this world? What was my energy? What was my spirit? What gave me joy? What lit me up? Do a bit of a remembrance. And then when you come out of that, so that's step one, just get quiet, 5 minutes. Ask yourself, who was I? Who was I? Like, what was I passionate about? What gave me joy? Like, what was unique and beautiful and innate about me? And then when you come out of that 5 minutes of quiet, just make some notes. And then what I want to invite you to do is just write 3 words, 3 adjectives that describe, like, who you really were as a kid. We're talking like the positivity, right? Who were you? I was so curious. I was adventurous. I used to laugh a lot, whatever it is. And then for each one, I want you to give examples. And it can be general or specific, depending on your memory or any feedback you're able to give. But I really want you to invite you to connect to this remembrance of self, this who you came into the world as energy. Okay. Go backwards and spend some time writing about it. Spend some time reflecting on it. And then the final piece of this, as you go through this week and you have your list and this kind of remembrance of who you are, as certain things come up, I want you to just get curious and ask yourself, like, how, and again, it's a little apples and oranges because you wouldn't, react in certain situations as the kid. But if I was the kid responding to this situation or coming into this day, what would that energy be versus the energy I'm holding now? Nothing to judge, nothing to do. This is just curious self-reflection. Get curious. Get curious about that remembrance of self and just witness. So again, you're going back, you're asking the question, who was I? You're coming up with like 3 adjectives to just really, I was joyful, I was rambunctious, whatever it is. And then examples. And then just start to witness, like, how would my 4-year-old self be responding to this right now? What would she think of this? What would she do differently here? And I just want you, nothing to judge. I'm not asking you to do anything, but just witness the difference from a energy embodiment perspective. And then we're going to be doing more with that throughout the month. Anyway, I hope you have a beautiful week ahead. How much ever you're able to do with this exercise, even if you just spend 5 minutes thinking about it, that works too. But get curious and connect to that soul light of who you originally were and are when you came into this world, and have fun with it and see what you find out. That's it for now. Wishing you a beautiful week ahead. If you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out, and I'll see you next Sunday night soul time. Bye for now.